Welcome back to the About Fishing demo. If this is your first time here, I'm the Social Solipsist. This is part 3 of the demo for About Fishing, as I am going through some of the games and demos available for the June Steam Next Fest. And I have been fighting this game back and forth because I find it deeply compelling, but also rather frustrating and a little bit underbaked. So, I'm now well equipped. I can't equip the... Oh. There we go. Got my cigarette. Oh, it's equipped by default. Okay. I guess it's equipped by default like the line. Well, let's see if we can catch some of the deeper water fish then. Hey, perfect. Hold right click to lock your line, stopping your hook's descent. Alright, okay. Really? I can't get down that deep? I guess I need another weight to get down deeper. I love that I can see the smoke coming off my cigarette from down here. You got it. Fuck. Really thought that was going to be the one. Come on, man. Turn around. Be interested again. Please? Fuck. There's like an eel down there. No, that's not what I wanted. Yeah? Oh, fuck me. Alright. I gotta get it now. Come on. What the... Like I said, I have no control over the camera, so that's pretty funny. Well, thankfully that wasn't too much of a fight. It's a big fish, though. Big eel. Freshwater eel, 60 bucks. Alright. I want to get one of those, like, halibut flatfish looking things. Is that one gonna come around? Maybe not. I thought it said right click to lock the height, but that doesn't seem to work. Do I have to hold right? Maybe I have to hold it. Oh, come on. Okay. After the arrow one I was fighting the last time, this should... Well, the rest of these should be relatively easy. Those were miserable, man. It was really highlighting the things I was not enjoying about the fishing system, to be honest. There we go. Okay. Let me try... Want that flatfish looking guy. Of course he moved. And of course, as soon as I go over here, you're gonna have moved again, aren't you? Why can't I do that? Why is it being fussy? Alright, no idea why that was. God damn it, you moved again. If I move, you're gonna move. I just know it. Fuck. Come on, come on, come on, come on. This has become a high stakes, Perfect, 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 perfect. You love it, you love it. You ugly son of a bitch. Fuck. Pressed the wrong button and pulled it away a little bit. God damn it, I spooked it. No, that's too high. Why did it go so high? Come on, man. You know you want a taste of this fish that looks like it doesn't belong anywhere near this murky-ass little pond. Please? Turn this way? Moving again. We're moving again. We're moving again because I'm getting this guy. Whether he wants to be God or not. Fuck you. Fuck you. You went back. Fuck you. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yeah. Oh, this guy's gonna be a pain, isn't he? See, I don't understand why the line is so much more forgiving on this one. Is it just because he's not pulling as hard? It's hard to tell, because I still don't feel like I'm making very much forward progress with him. So it's hard to tell what the rules are. And again, I can't see the line. So I can't tell if I'm about to break it unless I'm listening really closely. Which is really quite irritating. Alright, man. Wear yourself out, I guess. Yeah, I think part of it is it wants me to reel. I think it wants me to pull, like, be pushing up on the mouse a lot to tip the head up. Which, again, as I was saying in the last episode, doesn't really make any sense. At least from a fishing standpoint. From a video game standpoint, it kind of does. But that's not, you know... That's not how physics works. Constantly resetting my progress with no indicator that the fish is getting worn out and that this is getting any easier for me is very disheartening and feels like the game is wasting my time, to be totally honest with you. And, frankly, I'm starting to wonder whether the choice to include a flatfish like this was because they thought it was a unique visual that they wanted to include, or if they did it specifically to spite the player. So that they couldn't see the line, to make it a harder fish to catch. Because this one is about as awful as the arowana, just in slightly different ways. Absolutely savaging my mouse to try and get it to aim upwards. Just in case that makes a difference. Because it's really hard to tell. Dude, could you just work with me here? Every time he gets close to the surface, it gets close to snapping, and I have to let it go. Because, as I mentioned with the arowana, if he flips hard enough, when it's in tension, even if I'm not reeling, it'll still add tension and break the line. Oh my god, this guy sucks. I'm poisoning this fucking lake out of spite for the fish. You done yet? I can't get it to turn around. It was so adamant at the beginning of the game of like, turn the fish's head towards you. But no matter how aggressively I twist my mouse, I can only sort of get it to happen sometimes. Please, please stop pulling. I am begging you. Just let me feel like I'm making some progress instead of undoing all of my progress. I'm going back to the convenience store and I'm buying a gun. And we're gonna try out a new fishing technique called fuck you gun. Stupid fish. We're back in this little fucking corner again. Cause little flat bitch McNo-brains won't run out of energy like a normal animal would. Stop turning around! Stop turning around! I fucking hate this fish. I hope he keeps twisting around in that circle like that and he wraps it around his own neck. I hate this fish. I want it dead. Get out. No! No! You're coming with me! The main indicator I need to know is when the tension is full and empty on the line. Because you see the high tension, the red, disappears pretty quick. But if I re-engage the reel too fast, it gets back to red real quick. I just have no feedback as to when I'm building tension and when I'm just successfully reeling in. Because clearly it's not constantly building tension when I'm reeling in. It's when there's particular amounts of resistance. And I can't tell when they are. Because there's no, like... There's very little visual feedback. There's very little audio feedback. And this fucking bitch just has infinite energy. If I can just get him onto the lily pad, that's most of the battle. Fuck me. And I'm getting frustrated as like somebody who, you know, thinks about game design, because the longer I fight this thing and the more consistent the patterns are that I see, the more it feels like it's doing the equivalent of like reading inputs. Where it's just going like, oh, you're real close. Time for me to fight back extra hard. Which makes it not feel like a fish. It doesn't feel like a fish. It feels like a game designer on the end of the on the end of the line instead. Giving me a flipping me the double bird to let me know he knows that I'm trying really hard. And that his deliberate design decision was for me to not have any fun. Just reel it in. Just reel it in. Just nose up, please. Stop being in tension right when I get in... Just burn yourself out. Please, man. Like... I don't know, maybe this is just not programmed with enough finesse that I've gotten myself into a situation where it's literally impossible, where they've programmed the fish to run a certain path and with certain resistance pattern, and unfortunately I have engaged it at such an angle or distance that it's literally impossible to reel it in without breaking the line. Maybe that's what it is. I just don't know. But it keeps going to the same corner. It gives up a little. I start reeling it in. It starts resisting more and more. Every time I give it a break, it starts to... Just come on up. Come on up. Come on up. Nope. It's gonna... It's doing it again. I'm serious. A gun. A gun for this fish. Gun for this fish to remind it who the higher mammal is. Who the mammal is, but, you know. Higher animal. Can I... Fuck that fish. I thought I couldn't get off the line without breaking it. And, you know, fuck that fish. Why is it jumping so much? Damn. I just want to know if one of those flat fish is even catchable. It might not be possible without the... Oh? Alright. I wanted to find out if I was just attacking it from an angle that was literally impossible. Or if this particular fish is always just an impossible bastard for no reason. Come on. He's definitely being a bastard. Come on, man. Really? This one might actually be worse. Stop twisting. It's every time. As soon as he relaxes, I reel and he starts pulling immediately. And they never wear out. Is there some mechanic I'm forgetting about? That's the problem. There's also... Oh, fuck. Well, that's not what I meant to do. There's no settings for, like... What if I do this? Is it actually... Maybe it's... I've forgotten how to do this now. Oh, he's way out there. Let's see if I can get him with the other... This is way more awkward. Oh, it's so weird. Okay, I'm holding mouse button 1. I press S. No, I press W. Then I alternate to S and let go. But if I let go while still pressing W, the whole thing goes kaput. No. Okay, hold on. The casting I need to do this way, but maybe the fishing... What was the bell? This branch. This fucking branch. This fish. This type of fish and this branch are going to be the end of me. Look at this dumb motherfucker. And the second I touch this, he's totally docile. The second I yank on the thing, yeah, resistance immediately. This branch is gonna fuck me, isn't it? Don't get on the branch again, please. I'm begging you. Come on. Stop. No. Stop just diving to the same fucking point, man. This isn't fun. Like I mentioned from the first episode that I wasn't having a lot of fun with the fishing, but this is really bad. As far as I can tell, this is not possible. Like, or if it is, it's on pure chance. Off to the right, and then he goes right back down where he was. Or he tries to. And he pulls and pulls and pulls and pulls and pulls. And I can't pull back because I'm just going to snap my line. Yeah. Same point. Same point every fucking time. And he never stops pulling back. Like I can get a slightly different angle of attack on it sometimes. He gets to here, he pulls way harder. I'm gonna be real with you, man. This is a bad fishing game. Fishing should be a challenge, but it should not be this. There should be a I shouldn't be sitting here for 30 minutes fighting the same fucking fish. because you've programmed it to do one thing, and it does it infinitely with no... without ever getting worn out. I'm giving this about 5 more minutes and then I'm giving up on it. Because now it's like a point of pride. Because I wanted to catch one of pretty much everything in here. Just to, you know, look at all the fish, because they're cool. But now it's a different point of pride, which is that, like... I'd like to prove myself wrong. I'd like to prove that, in fact, the game is not rigged from the start. I'd be very happy to know that, in fact, it's just my technique that sucks or something like that. But everything I try turns out exactly the same. So I don't think it's that. I think it's just that the fishing minigame is bad. Look at this. Same fucking shit. I know there were some items in the store that were not available for sale, and maybe the intention was that one of those is... because you can't even see what they do. If the intention is that one of those is required to, like, wear the fish out, one, that's a bad mechanic, and you shouldn't put that in there. The wearing the fish out should be built in. And two, you shouldn't put fish that you can't catch in the demo. If anything, he's getting more resistant. He just nosedives at the ground every time. Off, dude. Just stop pulling back. Now I'm getting kind of mad at the developer, because it's like, this feels like you didn't test it. Feels like you didn't check to see if everything was possible. Feels like you undercooked your fishing system in your fishing game and thought it would be fine, and didn't check if it was actually fine. Or if I'm somehow the idiot, and this actually is possible, then didn't check to see whether the player could understand the system sufficiently to actually make it happen. And frankly, the collision with the debris is been a thorn in my side since we started. Just surface it. Just surface it. Just... why? Why? I just want to know when and why the resistance is happening so that I can fight it at the right time, but I don't know. And I can't even like feather the resistance because I'm constantly losing. I'm not wearing him out. I'm just I don't think it's possible. Maybe there's equipment. Maybe if I got a longer line or something that it would allow me to do it. That doesn't make any sense, but maybe that's what they want. So let's end this on a less annoyed note. Really? See what a breeze that was? God, okay. It's weird how the target, you really need to overcast the target because if you hit on the target, you're undershooting it. Okay, you really, yeah, you do have to hold the right click. Come on, man. If anything, the weight is actually making this harder because it's a variable that it doesn't control itself anymore. This one's feistier than usual. And is really making a mockery of this camera. I think it's literally clipping into the wall. Why is this one so aggressive? Jesus, dude. This might be one of the few times I delete the footage for a game. And I don't mean like I'm not going to post it. I mean, I think by the end of this recording, I'm going to have about 40 or 45 gigs worth of footage because the graphics of this game hate being recorded. That gets into a whole explanation of like how compression algorithms work, but This game really hates being recorded, and so it's eating a ton of storage to be recorded, and I've now... It's about 15 gigs an hour. Give or take. Stop fighting me. Why is this one fish so much worse than all the others that are like it? Is this a mechanic I don't know about? Surely it isn't, because that last fish was easy, right? But it's not like they make it harder to fish the longer you're out or something. Do I have to go home? They never said anything about, like, going home and resting. Fuck that fish too, I guess. I just want one more fish for the quest, because I don't want to throw one of the other ones in. Oh good, it's the line's all locked up. Perfect. Yes, this is very good. The funny part is... Oh, hey, it actually worked out in my favor. I was gonna say, the funny part is it's still trying to drag it's clear that the line system doesn't understand that well how the physics are supposed to work, so it was still trying to drag towards me instead of where the thing landed. That's a little better. Okay. Before we actually quit this game, which, if you can't tell by this point, I'm not feeling so great about. Why does caps lock mute the game and freeze the engine? What the hell? That's weird. That's so weird, because things are still slightly moving, but I was just hitting the wrong button, and that's... Huh. Really? Gonna make this hard now? I did it before. Man. Is this because I have a longer line now? I have to aim even lower? Because they changed the arc, even though the arc shouldn't be different? Okay, good. Okay. Please don't get stuck. Why is it stuck between the... Really? It glitched out and stuck under the seat, and so now I can't reel it in? Great. I love toilet fishing. This is fun. Why is this so much harder than it was? Probably because I'm frustrated in part, but good, it didn't glitch out this time. Oh, well, that glitched out. A key covered in a little bit of shit. Well, I'm kind of glad I can't see it from the toilet. What? Did this glitch out? This glitched out. Okay. Well, no idea why that glitched out so bad, but anyway. One last thing to see if we can do. How do I do that? Do I have to get a smaller fish? Also, why is this guy so darn slow when before when he was fighting me, he was such a menace? Well, I think I need to get one of those tiny little fish or something. I just don't know how. I'm gonna try again, see if I can hook him this time. But I don't think that's gonna do it. Maybe once I catch this one, I can catch the little ones? Come on. Okay. Now, can I catch the little ones? Or are they completely disinterested? No, they are interested. Okay. Okay. Let's get one more just for good measure. So yeah, I guess I just had to stop him bullying them. Okay. You little guy are going to be my trusted helper. Back on the line you go. Unless I'm supposed to wrap the line around the head? Maybe that's it. Oh, yeah, okay. So that's part of it. But, yeah, okay, I would still need this one. There are stones on top of it. Please don't eat me. Nope. Nope. I'm saving you, buddy. I hope he heals back up, but I don't know. Nope. Go away. Go away, you big mouth bastard. Pick on one of these other little guys. Oh, it looks like I can't do both at once. Okay. Man. Well, thankfully there's a lot of the little bunch of the little ones. Alright. I was thinking about making another episode, but no, we're gonna power through this. Go ahead. If I right click? No, I can't equip it directly. Still gotta go in the box first. And then right click. And then... your turn, buddy. We're gonna release this mermaid if it's the last thing we do. Well, it's not going to be the last thing I do. It'll be the last thing you do, maybe. Is it off yet? No. Okay. I don't know where the big mouth bass went, but... oh, God. Well, there's my answer. No, let him go! Bastard? Oh, he's dead. Well. One more. Maybe it's a canned thing so that every time I move one stone, it has to die. Come on, buddy. Thing's got his eyes on you. There's just a leg bone. Okay. I'm sure nothing spooky will happen here. Right? Right? Nothing really spooky is gonna happen here? Especially since all the other fish died? That's probably fine, right? The fact that the whole mausoleum opened and all of the fish in the pond died? That's fine. This is an angelfish after all. A leg? I am sure that this is all. I am sure that this was all that was left in there. Is it hers? Jesus. Just put the leg in the inventory. Well, I don't really have a solid space for it. Slightly annoying that I can't pick up one thing at a time here. I can't pick that one up without picking up the other. Nope, that's definitely not what I wanted to do. This is annoying. This is an annoying interface. I just want to get rid of, actually, can I do this? Nope, fuck. I had the placement wrong. Actually, I can just put this in the middle, can't I? Okay. Well, this has been quite the adventure. It has been interesting. It has also been very frustrating. Actually, before we go, let's see. Maybe we can talk to... Okay. Let's see. Maybe Dad wants to... Oh! Well, I'm glad I did this then, I guess. Oh, that was spooky. Oh. that kind of ruins the mood when there's a goose eating fries. Devil goose. Oh. Or it's a two-dimensional sprite, and so it didn't render at that angle. Why was the neck so long? Oh, that was creepy. That duck. That duck is the reason I stopped coming to church. I asked you to lock it up before I got here. You want me to punish her? For what? Curly fries? At midnight? I can't punish her for that. Not when I am guilty of that exact sin. That's not a sin, but okay. Daily. Midnight curly fries daily is pretty wild. I'm no stranger to the midnight curly fry. It's just he stares while he eats. Hang on, was he not referring... Was she not referring to the goose? Or are they both assuming a different gender for the goose and they're talking about the same thing? Like he's making sure I see him do it. That duck is a goose. And she stares at everyone. Not like that. No, not like that. Christ. This poor girl. When her sister first went missing, I wasn't surprised she followed soon after. She used to follow her sister everywhere. Back then, when they still came to church, if you ever needed to find the other, your best bet was starting with this one. Her sister was always doing that, right? Just dragging them both into trouble? Remember? This morning, we were fishing. This morning I was fishing, and suddenly the body... I accidentally skipped it. Who is we? Your granddaughter? Oh, granddaughter, okay. She saw this? She found this. You didn't teach her how to... Right? Oh, so she knows he's got some sort of ability. This tracking blinking white light, I think, is just a rendering error. But it's a pretty distracting one because it looks like blinking Christmas lights. I think it's because there's a vertex there, and the pixels don't quite match up between the wall and ceiling. Where is she now? I think she's still fishing. She didn't follow me here. She won't stop fishing. Not until I come back. I panicked. Just dead bodies. It feels like my brain has shifted 2 inches from where it's supposed to be. It doesn't seem to bother you much, the body? I just really didn't think they were dead. And if they were, I would have thought they'd show up I would have thought they'd show up sooner. She looks like she only passed recently. Actually, what? I don't like the subtitles cutting themselves off before I can read them. You didn't think what? I said a lot of things just then. You didn't think the bodies would show up? You didn't think they'd be found? Why don't we sit down? You didn't think what? For the living know that they shall die, but the dead know not anything. You didn't think what? You didn't think what? Didn't think what? I already told you. I don't know what she meant. I didn't push further. Why the hell not? The way you tell it, it seems like something you should question. Aren't we talking about that leg you found in the coffin? I was getting to the relevant part, about why the severed legs in the coffin are weird. I know why severed legs in a coffin are weird. Well, severed legs singular, but also I think this is supposed to be, indicative of the whole mermaid thing, whether that's, how metaphorical that is. Whether the other sister was mutilated, shall we say, and that's why she's presented as a mermaid without legs. I know why severed legs in a coffin are weird. Also, have you ever tried questioning a priest? I'd known her forever, and I still couldn't get her to spill any confessional dirt on anyone. Did I mention the goose? Yes. Please get to the point. Whoa. The goose is imperative to this story. You want me to tell it or not? I do. Great. Then let me continue. We sat down, talked a bit more. But as you know, the fries never last too long after midnight. This game cannot really pick a tone. Don't eat the girl's hair. Yeah. Oh. So this one was already a mermaid as well. Oh God, she... Another mermaid? I knew about her sister. I've caught her in fishnets on more than one occasion. Is that literal, or is it... So, I'm going to put a pin in this a little bit to talk about the depiction of them in as mermaids, but I think this is probably meant as a dual meaning. That the fishnets is like, on the one hand, it's like a literal thing of she's getting caught in nets made for fish because she's swimming around. But I think it's also I think that side's a little more metaphorical, and I think this is sort of supposed to be a depiction of two girls who are straying from what's viewed by the older generation as, you know, the necessity of religion, and straying into whatever they deem to be sinful or inappropriate. In this case, it could be very literal, that they were, you know, however you want to put it, and however much depth of assumption you want to make about it, and maybe this will show up later in the game, but like, if they were trying to, or if one of them, we don't have their names, obviously, was sort of flirting around, maybe trying to make some money in that sort of way, and her other sister got caught up in it, that could sort of also lead into this idea of how they got into a bad situation, underestimating the trouble they could get into, or the kind of awful people that might choose to prey on them as a result of that. I guess I'd talk about the depiction of the mermaid. I mean, because it does sort of tie in here as well. Mermaids often being mythologized as like monsters that would lure men from their ships into the sea to drown them. Obviously, that being sort of a historical cultural metaphor for women who don't know their place in society, in the sort of antiquated viewpoint of you know, whatever. I don't know when the mermaids really started. I assume that's a narrative that's been around a very, very long time, but certainly during the age of sail and that kind of thing, that was sort of a very Christian coded metaphor for loose women, women who were not adhering to the standards of a good Christian woman, and in whatever way were corrupting the men, who of course were seen as in many ways unable to do wrong, whereas the only right behavior for a woman from the viewpoint of people in that time and place would be, you know, to be in the home, at most doing some cooking, maybe. I mean, that's not entirely true. It's a little reductionist, but like, generally speaking, being women were expected to be very reserved and stay in their place, and especially in heavily Christian households, that was even more so. So the metaphor of two young women who were caught in a bad situation, partially of their own making, but partially just due to their ignorance about life, and the dangers that were out there. And then there could be a very literal aspect to the depiction as well, because we've seen these other reverse shot things where different elements are shown in different ways, whether it was the fries and the fish, or there was one earlier that I don't remember exactly what it was now, but this could be a method of coping, that they're not in fact in any way literally being depicted this way, and in fact, like, the falling out of the wrapping here was not revealing that she's a mermaid, it's revealing that she's been mutilated in some way, especially if we have a leg, one of their 4 legs, in the coffin somewhere. That must have come from somewhere, and I'm not sure it came from the fish. So, I mean, I guess that's a lot of talking. Let's see how the rest of this plays out, but Did you know? Did you know she was a mermaid too? Was that a wink? What was that? I had my suspicions, but I really only knew for certain about the sister. So, I mean, this could all be just an elaborate metaphor for prostitution. And all that comes with it. Did anyone else see you with the body? Anyone other than your granddaughter? I mean, the goose seems like it's also sort of a metaphor for judgment. Anyone? Yes. Okay. In that case, leave. Just worry about how you're going to explain your way out of carrying around a body all day. I can handle the tale. Oh. So he didn't get... Are they saying he didn't get caught with the body at all? That he did something after? How are there any legs in that coffin? Well, I just talked about that, but... when she didn't even have one. Honestly, I am far more curious about whose leg it was rather than why it was put there. Where can I find her? You don't know? A gross little dive bar down by the water. Go there late this evening. You'll see her. How was I meant to know that? Seriously? You weren't listening? Midnight? Oh, the fries. Okay. Curly fries. There's only one place that serves them so late. So the fries also a metaphor? I mean, obviously it's a very general metaphor for, like... yeah. For this. For exactly this. For the vices and whatever sin, whatever word you want to use for it. Something they just can't help coming back to. All right. I'm glad we finished that. I'm glad I didn't accidentally end right before the ending. Thanks for giving it a go. This is it for now. I'm honored that you've chosen this demo, though, and any feedback you have will be greatly appreciated. Publisher told me this is the place where I ask you to wish list, but do that only if you really like what is cooking. Okay. After that scene, I need to do a reassessment. I will concede that I personally, like my fixation on, I want to catch every fish, got a little bit in the way of doing the main story. I don't think anything I said was incorrect. The fishing game itself is still flawed in ways that I think are kind of critical. And unless the answer truly is supposed to be that some fish you just can't catch, which maybe that could be the intention. If that is the case, then I think that needs to be signposted in some way. Either it literally needs to say, like, give you some indicator, like metatextually to say, hey, not every fish can be caught. You can keep trying, but you may not have any luck. Don't worry about it, or something like that. There could also be like an in-narrative explanation for, like, obviously you can apply lots of different metaphors to the idea of you can't catch every fish. But when I'm trying to do a demo, and especially the way I do demos, and I'm trying to like test all the sort of the limits of a demo, the limits of a game, having multiple types of fish in multiple locations that are either, well, one, some that are straight up impossible to catch as far as I can tell, unless there's something about the controls that I don't understand, in which case that needs to be explained better. That's very frustrating. And even for the easier fish, the fishing minigame is a little bit not fun. And I think in part that's because of the self-imposed limitations I was talking about with the like no HUD design philosophy and all that. Excuse me. I've been at this like over 3 hours now and my throat is very worn out. That's not to say that you necessarily need to change. Like, if you really love that no HUD thing, I think you should go for it. But I think you have to make concessions in other places when it comes to like letting the fish be easier, or certain fish be easier, or something, just so that players don't get frustrated doing the fishing. Because everything around the fishing is really good and fun and interesting. It's a fun little narrative. It's got great atmosphere. I've been staring at it so long that both of my monitors on either side, one which is filled with a bunch of red, it has a bunch of red things in it, and one that has a couple of elements that are green. The green doesn't look very green. It looks kind of orange brown because it's not as green as this damn game. And the red looks like it is blasting my eyes off. It's getting a little better now that I've been staring at this black and white for a minute, but like, what was I even saying? The game's got a great aesthetic, and the narrative that it's telling about this, like this little town, these traumatized people, and a kid who's, now grown up, but still lives with the trauma of whatever this narrative experience is about. Obviously I had my speculation there at the end about like what the story is leading towards. Whether it ever reveals that or not, I think doesn't even necessarily need to happen. You could leave a lot of that very nebulous because the writing's really good. So it leaves a lot open to interpretation. And I really appreciate a lot about this. And that's a kind of a problem when the main gameplay loop of catch fish is the part I like the least, and is in some points just straight up like angering me. The rest of this is really cool. So maybe just make the fishing more forgiving or something. I don't know. Maybe it's just the control scheme. Maybe I suck. I'm willing to concede if that's the case. I think I made a really good effort for like an hour and a half to catch some really difficult fish, and I do not think I felt rewarded for doing so. But anyway, this has been the About Fishing demo. Obviously, having now played like 3.5 hours of it, I did enjoy it and was really engaged with it, so I didn't cut it off. I hope you've enjoyed watching through all of this with me if you've come on this journey for these 3 episodes. If you are the developer of this game, then I hope you hear me say all of my criticisms with love and appreciation, and that like any negative things I have to say about it or suggestions come only with the want of like, I think your game's pretty awesome and it just needs some polish to not potentially alienate parts of its player base. The fact that one of the very first fish you catch, you have to fight the pier to get around is rough. I would maybe fix that because that took me way too long to do. Anyway, I could keep talking about this. This is a cool game. It's got a few issues. I don't think they're that hard to solve, or to just work around if that's the choice. And I will still be curious what this looks like at the end. I wonder how long this narrative is. I mean, this is a long demo, which sort of makes me think that the full game might be really long, but maybe the full game is only 6 hours. And you know what? I wouldn't even be mad because this is pretty decent right now. Anyway, I digress. I've been the Social Solipsist. Thank you for coming with me to look at another demo, and I will see you for something different next time.